So a few of you guys have said I come across as being angry, aggressive. My own sister turned around and said I come across as being angry and aggressive. Some of you have said I'm passionate about what I'm talking about, and I guess that is it. My thoughts are that I'm stressed. I'm stressed because if you ask any of the larger van life groups, the channels, YouTube channels, why they are into van life, what is van life all about, I bet you within the first few sentences they say, they turn around and say, it's the freedom. It's being able to travel, to enjoy my life and not to be tied to anything. And that was one of the first things that comes to my mind when I thought about what is van life to me. So if that's what they're saying, and they are turning a blind eye to what the government is currently doing, the two things do not hold true, do they? You can't say my freedom is of utmost importance and then say, but I'm watching it all be taken away from me and I'm not doing nothing about it. Do you get where I'm coming from? Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's what's frustrating me. Yeah, I think the van life community does need a voice. We do need to have somebody who's going to stand up and put our thoughts across to various councillors, and we need someone to start writing letters mainly, and to start making them see that we are not one or two people hiding in an hedgerow, that we are the motorhoming community, the van life community. There are a vast number of us, and that we're not accepting what the government is putting forward to what is or what they consider to be the future of van life, that we want something different to what they think we need. So we need someone to stand up, and maybe the big motorhome companies, the van builders, I don't know who. You suggest to me who I approach to say, will you be the face of van life? Yeah, how do we move forward? How do we make our thoughts known? How do we make our feelings felt? Because that's what we need to do. We can't just sit here and pretend it isn't happening and take it on the chin, because we'll be pushed out soon. One thing that does come across is that a lot of you guys are actually saying you support me. You're 100% behind what I'm saying, but you don't think we can do anything about it, or there's little we can do about it because the way things are at the moment. I'm going to disagree with that we can't do nothing about it, because I feel that we can. What we say and do on social media will be recognised by governments, councillors, MPs. They will be taking note of what the people's general feelings are, how people feel about certain things. Certainly reform is now being voted in as one of the major contenders for the next government. Nigel Farage is very highly likely to become Prime Minister at the moment. So you can't say that we can't do anything, because we can. We vote these people into power. I didn't vote on the last election because I didn't feel anything I said or done would make any difference, because that's the general feel of governments at the moment. I believe there should be a no confidence vote, and if enough people vote no confidence, that the old government, all the governments, all the parties are thrown out and we re-elect a new government, new parties, that new parties have to form with new policies. And I believe that is the way forward. And a few people have turned around and said, it's your own fault because you park up in groups and stuff. I don't want to be parked up in groups. I want to be parked up. What I'm fighting for is I want to be parked up in the middle of nowhere, out in the hills, in the forests, with no one else there. If a few dog walkers turn up in their cars in the morning, that's fine by me. But if an old group of 10, 20 vans turn up and all park behind me, I'll be moving on. So that's not what I'm fighting for. What I'm fighting for is my own peace and quiet, solitude, to be able to get away from everybody else. I'm not fighting for Morecambe Promenade, although that's part of the fight, because there is Vanlife members that want to go there and enjoy the seaside. And I can understand why in the summer. It's quite a nice place to be in the summer. But for me, for my own personal well-being and everything else, whatever you want to call it, I won't call it my own mental health, because I'm a bit sort of not disagree with it, but I think I'm a bit old school and I just take it on the chin. Whatever happens comes my way. Another member turned around and said, I'm crying because I want attention. I certainly don't want attention. I'm somebody that wants to be out in the hills, out in the forests, and I don't want to see another person. But a lot of the places that are banning overnight parking or any sort of daytime parking, I mean, we're even getting, there's even parking costs coming in for cars for hill walkers now. Like you can't even go and walk in the hills. Hills? Hills. No, hills are like those swimmy things in the water that are like snakes. Hills. I don't even know if I've said that right. Anyway, that's where I want to be. I want to be away from the normal general public. I don't want to be on your doorstep. I don't want you to see me. And that's what I'm complaining for. That's what I'm fighting for. I want to be able to park in these places. I want to be able to disappear into the countryside and enjoy my life and just basically have a retirement, or what I call a retirement, without any stresses and without any crap. I don't want the thought of the police might come and knock on my door, or a ranger might come and knock on my door. And I don't see why, if there's no one else parked there at night, why anyone's got a problem with it. It's an empty car park in the middle of nowhere. Not even a car park, an empty lane, a forest. Nobody's out in the forest in the middle of the night. So why are they restricting free parking for camper vans and motorhomes? Anyway, I'll leave you with that. Maybe it's a bit of an apology from me if I came across as being aggressive or out of hand or anything, but I do mean well. I mean well, not just for me, but for the old camper van motorhome community. But I do think that we can fight this if we make our voices heard, and that we don't sit down and take it. I think sitting down and taking it and saying nothing is the worst we can possibly do. Okay, I'm going to enjoy my cup of tea. Go get yourself one. See you on the next one.